G'day guys, and welcome to How to Play the Club Pro Way here at Carbrook Golf Club. The final stretch, the final few holes, 16, 17, 18. Gus, talk us through, what are we facing?
Yeah, we've got a dogleg right, kind of gentle the whole way. Par 5 here, it's playing roughly 500 metres. Again, not a lot of run, so we're just going to try and get one in play and take it from there.
Opportunity to pick up a birdie.
It is, yeah, one of the last kind of good birdie opportunities here at Carbrook.
Awesome. Let's see what you got, mate. You obviously get a little fade. You're going to play the dogleg?
Yeah, I'm just going to try and start it on the tree line. If it fades, it fades. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. That is not a fade swing, but
not
safe.
a fade, but it's safe, middle of the fairway with the draw. And, well, there's no run out there today, so.
Safe. What about you, DB? What's your thoughts here?
So traditionally, I just try to kind of go over the corner with a draw.
Yep.
Like, again, if it fades, it's more of a happened.
Yeah, it's still okay.
Yeah. Just, if I can get the little draw over the top of the dog leg there. I don't really ever feel like I can get home in two, so really just want to get that tee shot in a spot to have a good second.
Yeah, again, slightly up the left, but safe as today.
Yeah, on the safe of safer side there. And we'll take it.
Beautiful.
All right, we have a long way. I won't waste my time lasering it. It's way too far for me to get there anyway. Mate, I'm still going to hit my 3-wood.
Yep. Comfortable with that, obviously.
Yeah, I feel like blue flag, sort of that front left corner by the looks of it.
Yep.
This will get me down to about 60 metres, which is like a nice, comfortable sort of smooth wedge shot in there.
Lovely. And aiming, I guess you're out of bounds up the right here, so aiming maybe just
I'll actually aim at the flag.
Yep.
With the hope of a bit of a draw
there's
on
a
it.
bit of wind off
yeah,
that right.
Exactly.
Perfect. We've hit the bit of a draw. Hopefully just plug up that left side. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
A bit left, but tough angle, but that's why we aimed a little left.
Correct. Just not getting the club where I want it.
We have 242 metres to the pin. Got a right on my limit. Without the roll, it might be a struggle, but I'm going to hit forward. Obviously, with the preferred lie, I can give myself a decent lie in the rough. Without that, I was probably laying up with the 7-iron because it's quite thick here, but the fact I can tee it up on preferred lie, wind's a little down off my right, and I guess my natural shape's that draw, so I'm actually going to start this at the right side of the green and let it work back. Just trust my natural shape.
Wind's kicking up just maybe a hair there to help.
Yeah.
That is caught mint. Just a tiny bit more
good,
draw.
Just a bit right, but I think the legs is pretty good.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Fine there.
Take that.
All right, so 62 metres, so the number was good. Obviously hit it in the rough's not ideal. Preferred lights, I've been able to get a little bit of assistance.
Yep. So I guess, yeah, really the only thing that's changed between fairway and here is obviously a little harder to control a wedge out of this wet rough. Yep. And a bit more of an awkward angle over the edge of the bunker, not a lot of green to work with.
Yeah, so the smart play is to try to just take the medicine, make a 5, let's go 15, 20 feet past.
Yeah, try and hole apart.
Have a chance. The audacious play, and I feel like a lot of golfers would try this, is almost I'll send this super aerial to try to make it land soft, and you're
asking to make 6 from here, aren't you?
Exactly right. Yep. So we'll just play the little bit smarter one. And
yeah, just hit a normal one. If you get lucky, you get lucky. Back your putting.
Just go down the grip a little bit, coming out of the rough here. Ball sits up a touch.
Pretty good there. Obviously just took the safe option, and it's
15 feet past. We'll take it and try to go and hole a putt.
Happy days.
Okay, so mate, very wet. We can see that.
Yep.
Again, thank God for preferred lies. That will help a little bit.
Yes. Certainly helps just give me a bit more confidence that I can make the strike I want to.
We would guess 25-ish metres, maybe 30.
Yep.
Mate, what are you thinking? Talk me through your process. This, for the viewer, you guys can't see it, and Gus won't sell it as hard as the shot actually is, but I will. We have all uphill.
Yep.
You have a slope just prior to the green starting, which will kill it if it lands on it. And you've got about 12 feet of green.
Yeah, so
tough.
I guess what's killing me from, I really want to go low, but I just think this first bounce It could skid, it could stop, it could really do anything. I just don't trust it. So I swear I don't take 60 this much normally. And these videos, it seems to be all I pull. I've actually gone 60 degree, more again, just for the stopping power. I just want to throw this up, land it just on the green and just let it release up to the hole. I just think it's the safest play for me.
Yep.
So we'll give that a go. Nice and wet. Oh, I just missed the spot a little, but
and that,
just checked up.
And that was what we said, that first bounce. Okay?
Yeah.
Like so you're doing that with a lower loft, it perhaps either skids too much or dies.
Yep.
It would be safe to say for a recreational golfer, they get to this sort of range and they think they should always get up and down.
Yeah.
But the reality is what?
Doesn't always happen. I guess it's a lot harder shot than it visually looks like. I guess you could look like you throw it up there and get it close, but it's really not that easy once you
And the damage that does to a player's mindset, like obviously, you're able to say that actually was a pretty good shot all in all, but recreational players get into this situation, they go, I should get up and down. I must get up and down, and then they carry on and then mess things up.
There.
So really good point to make was, it's a tough spot to be in. Both of us could have left ourselves easier shots.
We could have.
Chose not to.
Well, try and hole some putts. They're just nice, gentle right to left the whole way. It's all on speed, I guess, now.
Correct. It would be so much nicer if I'd been playing more like a professional golfer and not a golf professional. Having the 5 or 6 foot you often see them having for birdies rather than the 20 foot.
Better than chipping.
Well, I reckon that I have attempted that real high soft thing, I'd still be hitting from about 20 metres away.
Just staying up there, but really good speed there, DB.
Yeah, no, we'll take it. I'd love to make every putt I look at. Probably should have left the broomstick in the bag. So I've set the camera up for the viewers. This is tracking dead centre.
Yeah, I guess this is actually a bit of an awkward read. I guess the green kind of slopes front to back here a little bit, so it should want to go a bit right, but I can just see the grain maybe holding it a little to the left. I guess just on the angle I am, I'm still playing a little left to right and just maybe not as much.
Yep.
Yeah, straight back up the hill here. Just went a little bit more than I thought. The grain didn't hold, but we'll take 5.
A lot of slope there still.
Nice read. Yuck. All right, 17th hole. Index about 4 or 5, depending on whether you play whites and blues. Yeah, it's very tight off the tee here. 360 metre par 4. Especially there is actually a further tee back that we kind of use for monthly medals championship events. Gets really quite claustrophobic if you shape the ball off the tee, but there's little cross creeks at about 260 to 280 off the tee, so it's not quite driver for me. Back to my forward, just try and get it kind of moving up the right side and work up the fairway. Yep. Just hit my natural.
Yeah, perfect. Mayor's office.
Maybe I should just have forwards for every club member back.
Every hole. All right, so I'm going driver.
Yep.
I don't quite catch it as long as you do. Feel like I'll just make an aggressive swing. Same thing, I'm trying to hit that draw shot.
Perfect.
Bunker in the distance on the green side will be the target and try and draw it up off of the edge of that.
I guess maybe one before you go for the viewers. I know a lot of the viewers maybe hit fades or slices. I guess what would you do if you were a slicer here, and mate, how do you try and get off the tee?
Yeah, great point. Like if I'm hitting a cut or a slice, because the trees on the left encroach so much, I would go as far over as I could physically get within the markers to open up that space so that at least I'm hitting in that direction with all the room to the right. We see a lot of guys, especially on this hole in particular, they get over here on the left and they're kind of fading it, but you almost have to take it over a tree that's 90 foot high. Like, it's insane. Yeah,
so just utilise the tee markers to your advantage, I guess, is the big thing there.
And interestingly, I think when you think back to, say, the Masters at Augusta, a lot of those guys, when they used to play 13 or 10, they have to shape it. They actually do go back to field. Like you've hit there.
Just a bit easier.
You're able to shape that fairway wood around.
Yep.
I don't have your skill set, so I'm just going to try and flip hook me driver.
Yeah, perfect.
Perfect.
Just up the left side and A1.
So 128 you just said,
Yep.
You're downwind, back flag, but let's be frank, this left side of the green's not particularly deep. The difference between front flag and back flag's
not much, 5 metres.
So what are you thinking? How do you
Yeah,
play
I've got
this?
pitching wedge 130, so it's pretty well a perfect number for me just to hit a nice little, my normal baby draw in there. Obviously try not to take on the left, just start it just right. If it works back, it works back.
This is one of the fairways on the golf course, especially for a lot of our members here. There's actually a little bit of slope in the fairway. Like, we don't have a lot of fairways that are uneven lies, but this is one where, are you going to make any provision for that? Or
Yeah, I say the ball is a little above my feet, so I guess that's why I'm just going to try and play that draw starting a little right.
That wind kicking up a bit now as well.
Yeah, trust the perfect number.
Little spin left for him, just a smidge.
Plenty of wind up there.
Middle of the green.
Yeah, pretty good. We'll take that. About 20 foot, just putting up the hill. Just a bit more wind off my left shoulder, actually, than what I felt.
I like, though, just before you got into it, you sort of said, trust yourself, trust the club, which is a great point for many viewers. When you do get to that point, you just maybe step it into the ball, or you're over the, and the wind kicks up, and you go,
second guessing, yeah.
So
just commit,
and if you do, you should hit the ball pretty well.
Yeah, all right. So what have we got? 119.
119, mate, obviously the exact same conditions. We're 10 metres apart, and I'm about 5 feet left of where you were.
Yeah,
so
maybe a little downslope, like you're saying. There's a couple of little sneaky slopes.
That's probably the difference. Is your ball's above your feet, my ball's kind of
just sloping down
below. So that will bring the flight down just a smidge.
Yep.
And that's probably actually going to help me on this one.
Yeah, just to help land it on the front and let it skip up.
Keep it out the wind a touch as well. So I'm going pitching wedge.
And obviously we're trusting that you saw mine get blown by the wind quite a bit off the left.
Correct. So my line's between flag and your golf ball.
Yeah.
That's got to be my line. If I can finish in that space, I'd be over the moon.
Yeah. Just a bit wet.
Stay of it.
Just on the front. Not your best swing, but
no, that was horrific. That was not my.
I guess you pay the price when it's this really wet of a bad strike. The club just digs in, it can go anywhere.
Made the cardinal. Didn't trust the number. I felt like I was just in between, and we'll go try and dig a par out of that.
All right, DB, how far we got?
A long way for a putter, but I'm
just off the green, so it's a nice safe play.
I'm a foot and a half off the green.
Yep.
It would be stupid to grab out anything beyond the putter for this one.
Yep.
Even as a professional now, like, you're just trying to get this inside of 2 feet.
Yeah, make sure the next one's not too hard.
Correct.
It's pretty good, just breaking a little to the right.
Yeah,
a little tester, but not too bad.
Didn't quite see that as much break there.
Yeah,
I knew it was a little bit left to right.
There.
I didn't see that amount.
Sneaky grain.
Yep. All right, out for you?
Yeah, out for me. I'm actually, again, just watching yours, and I know there's just that bit of grain up to the right. I think it's almost just going to hold pretty straight here. If anything, it might actually still sneak right.
Oh, wow.
Just a bit firm. Had the read.
It was a good putt.
Oh.
No birdie.
How'd that miss? All right, DB, little slippery.
Yeah, a little
right
slippery one. Yeah.
I find that there's often more break than it looks on these little ones up in this top left corner.
Yeah, I think that it's got to be
outside right, and
got to start it just outside the right there, and hopefully hold that line.
Yeah, great roll there. Good fall.
It helps when you got someone like you give me a read.
All right, the finishing hole. Certainly not an easy one, 370 metres, and we're on a slightly forward tee here. Hazard left and right. I know for me, I know everyone has those holes where they just struggle with the tee shot visually, it just doesn't suit them. This is it for me. I really struggle to hit driver. I don't know why. I should hit it past the left.
To be fair, where your landing driver is very narrow, so a lot of the players that play this hole won't understand how far you can hit a driver. So yes, your landing spot up there is in the slimmest part.
But yeah, so I mean, if I've got a good round going, I'm hitting 4-iron every day of the week. Just trying to give myself a nice second shot on grass, I guess. Just starting that, I guess that cart path up near the green is a perfect start line.
Yeah, perfect. Nice tight draw.
Yeah, absolutely perfect there. So I guess DB, you're obviously a little, not so similar to me. You've got driver in hand.
Yeah, mate, look, similar in the sense that it doesn't suit my eye, this hole.
Yep.
But my brain goes, I'm going to miss it. I may as well miss it as far down as I can. And I know that's a terrible attitude to take, but biggest club face that I have. The times that I play it,
you're a pretty straight driver of the ball, as we've seen throughout the series.
I tend not to get it going.
You don't miss it too wide.
Miles offline. So yeah, I'm taking your exact same line.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, cart path is perfect.
Cart path and little draw for that.
Yeah, A1. Nice.
And slice. So you just said, and this is, and I always find this really interesting. I definitely feel like this is where your better golfers' mind goes. You've got 171 meters in, so you've opted for more distance in for your second in order to make sure you hit the fairway.
Yeah, have a better score on the hole, I guess. I mean, again, 170 for me, it's downwind and pin's all the way at the back, so I really don't have to hit that far. I've actually still only got 8-iron in, so 4-iron, 8-iron, I'd much rather that. I'm not going to make more than 5.
Yep.
I think driver just brings in bigger than 5.
Yeah.
So this is just almost just middle of the green, baby draw. Oh, hit a hook.
Wind's got it. Oh, it's actually going to be what, left, just off the left side.
Just off the left side.
Pin just short.
Just a bit too hooky, but not too bad. How far?
So 147, so 150, that's 165, but front.
Landing at middle front, I guess, is the key.
Yeah, so it's probably, I think, in 9-iron.
Yep.
It would jump. All right, so 147 meters, a little bit of still a bit of water on the ground. Downwind, feels like the wind's helping quite significantly. My mindset for this is I really only need to land this on that front part of the green.
Yep.
Which helps because then all of a sudden stop worrying about how to get to the flag stick, kind of let the ball
just
roll out or whatever.
Roll.
But then it allows me to take a little bit less club.
Yep,
so
and just put a more positive swing rather than worrying about it going too far.
Exactly. So we're going to go 9-iron. I'm going to try and start it just sort of at the bunker there and try and hit a little draw off of it.
Yep.
That would be
ideal.
That would be what I would really like to see happen. Oh, he's hit it dead straight at it. Please be the one. Be the one.
Yeah, golf shot there. Just that touch short, but again, we took the club for that.
Correct.
That's the correct place to miss.
All right, so you probably couldn't have left yourself a tougher shot on 18 if you tried. So for you guys, the viewer, we have 20-ish meters.
Straight into the grain, nice and wet.
We've got at least of that 20 meters, 16 meters is all carry of various rough types. So the grass varies, and then you've got some green, which doesn't get any easier because then it's all straight downhill.
Yeah.
Mate, talk me through how a short game wizard like yourself sees this shot.
Yeah, I've gone back to 56. I just want to land it kind of just on the fringe here. I still think I need that bit of stopping power. I'm just going to go that little back in my stance. Really trying to get ball first into the grain stuff. I just, don't want it to dig in and go a foot. But if I can get this within 6 foot, I would be over the moon.
Let's see what we've got.
It's just skidded on.
But again,
just run out a bit. It just didn't react, I guess, how I thought it would on the fringe. It actually skipped rather than checking a bit, but I hit the spot.
And more importantly, you have a putt.
Yeah,
for the viewer, for the member watching this, even someone who has as good a short game as yourself has prioritised making sure you have the putt rather than hit.
Give yourself a putt.
Yep.
Oh, that was so good. All right, DB, super approach in, left yourself that perfect under the hole. What are we looking at?
I feel like, well, it's uphill, we know that. And there's a little bit of left to right coming off this back sort of corner, and your shot coming from that side angle straight downhill. The only thing that I will now throw into my consideration on this is that the wind's behind me.
Yeah.
And we've got the entire fairway wide open down here.
Kind of just cancels out the uphill, I guess, almost.
Yeah, it's just, you want to be mindful of not just tearing one past the hole
Yeah.
because you didn't take that little bit of wind into account. So just outside the left, feel like I'm due one.
Oh, look at him go. Nice birdie to finish.
I feel a bit old school. That got like the elbow soft, a bit Jack Nicklaus.
Very nice. Well,
I missed the opportunity to raise the putter. All right, so par putt here. What do you see?
This is where you say you are going in the hole, my little friend.
Don't hit before I get you on camera though, mate.
Yeah.
All right, Gus, so we've ended up, what, 12, 15 feet?
Yeah, you got a little bit obviously longer than we wanted. I'm looking just a smidgen right to left. That's where you just got to tell yourself it's time to hole one. It's going in the hole. Nice positive stroke. Oh, it has to break left.
Mate, that was positive.
That was a really good roll.
That was...
Again, just didn't break. Well, easy 5 to finish. Well played, my friend.
Well played. Guys, we appreciate you following us on this journey of how to play the Club Pro A Carbrook edition.
It's been absolutely awesome just showing you guys around the golf course how we play some shots, hopefully giving you some insights into the game, and hopefully it's going to help your game. Stay tuned, I guess, for some more similar content coming your way.
If you guys are in the pro shop, we've had so many wonderful comments from members. Guys, if you have some recommendations, some ideas that you have that you think you guys want to see that we can do for you, guys, we are more than happy to. So if you have some ideas, please comment below. Come to the pro shop. Don't forget to subscribe.
Perfect. All the best, and we'll see you for some more content soon.